An eighth person has been arrested for the death of a 15-year-old Bronx teenager who was brutally dragged out of a bodega and sliced to death with a machete in a harrowing case of mistaken identity which has shocked New York City and caused uproar in the streets where the victim lived. Lisandro Jr. Guzman Fellas was murdered on June 20. Surveillance footage showed the aspiring police officer being pulled screaming out of a bodega and slashed with the machete in the street. He got himself to a hospital nearby, but died shortly afterwards. 7 men, all of whom are said to be members of the Dominican street gang Trenterios, were arrested on Sunday and Monday and charged with his death. They are Jose Muniz, 21, Jose Tavares, 21, Manuel Rivera, 18, Daniel Fernandez, 21, Janicky Martinez, 24, Santiago Rodriguez, 24, and Kevin Alvarez, 19. Six of the men were arrested in New Jersey. They were extradited to the Bronx on Wednesday afternoon after Lisandro's funeral had finished. On Tuesday night, 23-year-old Elvin Garcia from the Bronx became the eighth person to be arrested. His arrest was announced on the steps of the 48th precinct. Literally as we speak, we've just, in this building, made an eighth arrest regarding this incident. That person will be prosecuted for murder, NYPD Chief of Detectives Dermont Shea told Pix 11 at the time. He kept his head down as he was taken from the precinct to court in a plaid shirt. Prosecutors allege the men went after Lisandro after mistaking him for a rival gang member who had been filmed having sex with one of the Trenterio's girlfriends on Snapchat. As Garcia was arrested on Tuesday, hundreds descended on the bodega where the attack happened to demand justice for Jr. The mourners wept and lit candles in tribute to the teenager who will be buried on Wednesday. On Tuesday, during their joint appearance in a New Jersey court, 6 of the defendants complained that their families were being threatened. Social media has been very active about this case. Their families are being threatened, children, public defender Judith Fallon said, according to the New York Post, which attended the hearing. New Jersey authorities raided a Patterson home on Sunday known to be a hangout for members of the Trenterios street gang, which was believed to have been connected to the teenager's death. In court, the men mostly stared at the floor as prosecutors laid out the evidence against them. At one point, the judge ordered one of the defendants to look up at him. Only one of the suspects could speak without the aid of a Spanish translator. All 6 waived their right to a hearing, so the judge approved their extradition to New York State. After the hearing, the men were taken back to Passaic County Jail, where they will be held until New York officials pick them up. Bronx District Attorney Darcel Clark said at a press conference on Tuesday that the 6 suspects that will be extradited back will be arraigned on Wednesday and face charges of murder, manslaughter, gang assault and assault. Kevin Alvarez appeared in court on Monday and pleaded not guilty to the charges against him, including murder, manslaughter and gang assault. Another person was picked up in the Dominican Republic but is cooperating with authorities and has not been charged. Police believe that Guzman Fellas was targeted in a case of mistaken identity. The teen was mistaken for a man seen having sex with one of the gang members' cousins in a Snapchat video, CBS reports. An alleged gang member is said to have reached out to the victim's family on Snapchat to apologize over Guzman Fellas' murder, a relative said. The Trentarios gang has developed a negative reputation for violence in the U.S. Chief of Detectives Dermot Shea said during Tuesday's press conference in New York that authorities will not tolerate thugs on the street of the Bronx, whether it's Trinitarios or any other gang. The brutal nature of this crime, we will literally leave no stone unturned until we make sure that we will get justice, that we make sure that everyone involved in this incident are brought to justice. In Paterson alone, the gang has been blamed for at least 2 violent incidents in the last 3 years. Last year, the gang allegedly started fights that led cops to shut down the city's Dominican festival early. In 2015, gang members were accused of stabbing and breaking bottles over a man they thought was a member of a rival group. The NYPD also released footage on Tuesday showing a group of suspected gang members stabbing a 14-year-old in the median of the Bronx River Parkway earlier this month. That victim survived the incident but remains in the hospital in critical condition after losing a kidney. His mother says the gang had been after her son since last year, when he broke up with a girl linked to the gang. A crowd at Monday's wake outside of R.G. Ortiz's funeral home chanted "Justice for Junior" and closed the bodega down as others held a candle-lit vigil outside the crime scene. "I want to say thank you to everyone. The police are doing a great job with the arrests and I hope that they continue to go to the end and find all of the people who were involved," his mother told the crowd. Guzman Fellas' family has called on members of their community to boycott the bodega where the attack took place. They believe the owners could have intervened. The bodega has remained closed since the attack last week. A Gotham campaign set up to raise money for the teen's funeral had raised more than $256,000 by Tuesday afternoon. Bronx-born rapper Cardi B also made a donation of $8,000 under her given name Belcalis Almanzar. The singer took to her Instagram page over the weekend to express anger over the senseless killing, writing in part, "Our